Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. In this video, I will show you how to use Tensorflow 2.0 to build a very simple neuron model to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. The objective is to predict the value of one variable y based on another variable x, where x is called the independent variable and y is called the dependent variable. These type of problems are known as regression type problems, where we try to predict a continuous numeric output. Please note that this project is part of my new Udemy course entitled Tensorflow 2.0 Practical. The course covers 10 practical case studies that will teach you how to truly leverage Tensorflow 2.0 in many applications such as business, tech, and healthcare. I included a link with a great discount code for you guys in the link below. So let's get started with this case study. All right. So in this project, we will build a simple machine learning model to convert temperatures from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So as you guys can see here, this is simply the equation that do the conversion for us. So here we have the temperature in Celsius. If we take it and multiply that by 9/5, and then you add 32 on top of it, that will give you the temperature in Fahrenheit. Pretty simple. So for example, if you want to convert 0 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, simply, you can just go ahead and substitute in this equation. You put 0 times 9/5 plus 32, that will give you 32 Fahrenheit, okay? All right, so what we're gonna do here is, or what we're doing simply, is that we're building a simple linear regression model. We have a dependent variable and an independent variable. So as you guys can see here, the objective is to predict the value of one variable y based on another variable x. And here I have the independent variable, which is the temperature on the x-axis. Here I have the temperature in Fahrenheit on the y-axis. And here I have all my data points. And all what I'm trying to do is to simply try to come up with the straight line equation that best fit all these data points that I have. That's all what I'm trying to do, okay? And please note that these type of problems are known as regression type problems, in which we try to simply predict a continuous numeric output, okay? There are other type of problems that are known as classification type problems, in which we try to predict one or two or more categories or different classes. Simply, we have discrete outputs, okay? All right, so this is simply the project in a nutshell, a very simple one, but gonna teach you how to use Tensorflow 2.0, how to use Keras API, so let's get started. Okay, so first, what we're going to do here in this project is that we're going to build a very simple neuron model, like a single neuron model, okay? And basically when I say neuron, that's kind of the basics of artificial neural networks. And artificial neural networks are information processing models that try to mimic human intelligence, okay? So here I have the biological neuron, which is the neurons in our brain. Basically, these neurons help us think, see, actually allowing me right now, for example, to shoot that YouTube video. And as you guys see here, so here I have my nucleus. Here I have what we call it the dendrites. And we collect information from all these branches, and then we process that information in the nucleus, and then we generate the output to an axon. So what an artificial neural network does, it basically does the exact same thing, but it does it mathematically in an artificial fashion, basically. So here I have a bunch of inputs, x1, x2, x3. Here I have a bunch of weights. If you just multiply all the inputs by the weights, you sum them up, you apply what we call it an activation function f, that will generate an output y. That's all what it is. Very, very simple, very straightforward, okay? So the question is, how do these artificial neural networks learn? So all these artificial neural networks learn through examples or by experience. So similar to humans, what we do is that we try to learn over and over again through what we call repetition, okay? So basically what we do is that we have, let's say here, an image of a cat, and here we have what we call it the desired label, which is a label of a cat. And then that brain initially is not trained yet. So it generates just a random or deviated outputs. And what we do is that we calculate the error signal and we take the error signal back, and then we keep updating that brain, just changing the strength like the connections between the neurons, and that's how we learn. That's how we gather and just become more experienced over time. And that's the exact same way as artificial neural networks. They learn through experience. They learn by trial and error over and over again, and all these connections starts to build, and that's the beauty of artificial neural networks. So we're going to be teaching an artificial neural network to simply just fit that simple equation for us. So now you have a model that you can give it temperature in Celsius. It will generate the other temperature in Fahrenheit. Pretty simple, very, very easy. So over and over again, you will find that the output here becomes the desired output, and the error here is just reduced to almost zero, and that's we're good. Then we will gonna stop the training, okay? All right, so here we go. So here I have my input. If I multiply the input by the weights, okay, and I added a bias signal, B, that will generate the output. And that's simply in the representation of my equation, exact same equation. If you guys recall, here I have my equation was 9/5 times temperature in Celsius plus 32 equals to temperature in Fahrenheit, okay? So basically what I'm gonna do here is gonna build a very simple neuron, just the simplest neuron you would ever imagine. Here I have my weight. It's a neuron that has a single weight, okay, and has a single bias. Here I have my bias, here I have my weight. You take the input, you multiply by the weight, and then you add the bias to it. So here I have input times weight plus bias. That will generate the output here, and that's it. I don't even have an activation function. The activation function is simply a unity, or just one in this case. All right, and that's it. And my objective right now is to try to obtain these coefficients. Okay, I'm trying to teach the equation, just try to fit the data to the equation, and I'm trying to come up basically with these coefficients, assuming that I don't know the equation beforehand. All right, so that's pretty much kind of a very quick demo of what we're planning to do. And simply what we're going to do here is, if you open this link, which is playground.tensorflow, you can actually build like a simple neuron. Like that's basically how you build an artificial neural network per se. So here you have inputs. You can here connect neurons. You can add neurons together. Here you can add additional hidden layer and maybe add a couple of neurons as well. And that's how you can actually teach an artificial neural network to do any job for you, basically. So if I want to do a basic classification like that one, you can just click run, and you will find that all these neurons, all the connections, all the values of weights starts to adjust here. As you guys see, all these weights are changing. And now over a series of epochs, like here this counter, every time we are basically updating the weights. And you will find that the error goes down. And now here I have that nice straight line that could separate the data for me. I highly recommend that you guys go ahead and play around with this website. It's really interesting, and it's provided by TensorFlow in this case. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead to the code. So here I have the code open, and what we're going to do here is we're going to use Google Colab to build our code. So here I have my problem statement, pretty simple. And please note that I actually included the link to the Google Colab. So you will guys be able to take that code and maybe manipulate a little bit, run it on your own machine, and so on. So again, here is the overview of the project. I covered that already. And what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to import my libraries. So I'm going to import TensorFlow, Seaborn, Pandas, NumPy, and so on. So I'm going to press Shift Enter. That should run my cell in here. And then the next step is that I need to mount my drive. So I'm going to run that. And it will tell me enter an authorization code. You click on this one, and I need to check out my drive here, my Google Drive. You copy that link, and then you go back, you paste it here, you press enter. And what we're doing here, we're just simply mounted the drive. So now I can access my files on my Google Drive, okay? So if I keep going, so here I have a file called Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, and I'm gonna attach as well that CSV file in the description. So here I'm using, here I'm using Pandas to simply read my CSV file. Shift Enter, and here I have my temp df, and that will be my data frame that contains all the information. Simply, I have two columns. That's all what I have. I have, if I actually take a look at it, maybe if I change this from 5 to maybe like 10, shift enter, here I have simply two columns. I have Celsius and I have Fahrenheit. That's all what it is. And this is the data, okay? And please note that now I just want to go back and try to obtain the equation. I'm trying to fit the equation. I'm trying to come up with the 9/5 and 32, okay? Here I'm assuming I only have data. I'm trying to go back and fit that equation. That's what I'm trying to do here. So if you check out the tail, that will be the last couple of elements in my data frame. Here I have, again, it looks like I have 30 data points. And it looks like here the temperature in Celsius, and that's temperature in Fahrenheit. If you use describe and info, that will give you kind of a summary of my data frame. And it looks like from the Celsius, the mean is around 2, and the Fahrenheit is around 35 degrees. Okay, here I have the info, and that will give me how many elements do I have. And basically I have 30 elements. The first one is int 64 and the other one is float 64. Okay, so if you here, let's go ahead in step number 2 and perform some data visualization. So I'm going to use sns.scatterplot, and that will plot the scatter plot for me. And here I'm just plotting the x versus the y. That's all what I'm doing. So here I have my temperature in Celsius versus temperature in Fahrenheit. And here we go. Here I have the Celsius, here I have my Fahrenheit, and it's a very nice, clean, straight line. It's a very simple data set. Next, let's go ahead and create our training and testing data. So here I have my X-train, which is going to be the input, Celsius. Here I have my Y-train, which is temperature in Fahrenheit. And please note, in normal, kind of, like a little bit more advanced applications, we take that data and we divide that data into training and testing. But here, because it's a very simple case study, kind of, like a very simple equation, I'm just gonna get by just using only training data. I'm just gonna use all the data for training. So I'm gonna use all the 30 points to be in my training data, X train and Y train. Here, I'm gonna check out the shape. So xtrain.shape, that will give me 30. Ytrain.shape, I have 30. And now the fun part. Now I can go ahead and use Keras API along with Tensorflow 2.0 as its back end to build my very simple neuron model, okay? So what I'm doing here, I'm saying, okay, please go ahead to my TF, tensorflow.keras.sequential. So I'm gonna be building my model in a sequential fashion from the left to right, okay? So here I'm gonna say model.add. I'm gonna start to add my first layer. And here I have tf.keras.layers.dense. I'm gonna say I need only one single neuron, so units equals to 1. And the input shape is only 1, 2, because I only have one input, okay? And simply put, that's it. Now you built one single neuron that consists of a weight and a bias, okay? And again, if the network is trained right, which is one single neuron is trained right, the weight and the bias should be 9/5 and 32, which is simply my equation that I knew beforehand, kind of thing. If you check out the model.summary, that will tell me how many parameters do I have to tune. And here I actually have only 2 parameters, which is simply the weight and the bias. And now I can simply compile my model, and then I can apply the fit method to my model and feed it in my training data, which is X-train and Y-train. So here I'm going to use Adam Optimizer, and the loss will be my mean squared error loss, okay? So that's the error, simply, this is kind of the objective function that I'm trying to minimize. I'm trying to minimize the mean squared error as much as I can. And when I say error, that's mean the difference between what the model is predicting and what's actually happening in reality, what's actual true data is. So here I'm compiling the model, and here I'm applying the fit method to my model, feed it in my X-train, feed it in my Y-train, and I'm gonna say, please go ahead and repeat, update these weights 500 times. So the number of epochs will be 500 times, okay? And here we go. You will notice that basically the model started with a very high loss of 1721. When I say loss, think of this kind of error. So my error is very high initially. Again, think of this as kind of, like a little kid learning how to walk. And for the first time, they just, like fall right away. And then over time, they become better at it. They start to like become a little bit more smooth and they become more experienced. And that's the exact same fashion here. We're teaching, this mini AI model to learn these kind of data points in a very simple, kind of iterative way. So we start here with 1721, and then it goes down to 900, and then 800, and then 600, and they keep going. And now it actually losses around almost 0.14, very, very small, keep going. Now it's e power minus 5, very, very even smaller, and then it reached even e power minus 8, which is pretty amazing. Now the model is perfect, it's actually working great. Let's keep going. And then now you could simply go ahead and actually take a look at your loss. So here, if you plot the loss, you guys notice that here I started at a very high value and then it decayed afterwards. And then what you could do, that you would be able to actually go ahead and just say model.get weights, and that should simply can get you the values of the weights. And here we go. You will notice that simply the values of the weight and bias is simply 1.8 and 32, which is exactly what I was expecting beforehand, which is simply like 9/5, that's the 1.8, and 32, which is simply my bias element. And okay, so the question is, okay, what's the point of doing all this? Like now I have this model, what's the point? What I could do is now I can take that model and feed it in new information. Just say, okay, maybe I'm gonna go ahead and apply the predict method on my model, feed it in temperature in Celsius to generate temperatures in Fahrenheit, which is now, it's pretty cool. So you can actually take that model, maybe deploy it in practice, and you can build a mini app that can feed it in any temperature in Celsius to generate temperatures in Fahrenheit. Pretty simple. So here you will notice that if you feed it in, let's say minus 32, that will give you here, the temperature is minus 25 in degrees Fahrenheit. And you can confirm that as well using the actual equation, which is 9/5 times temp C plus 32. So you'll find that minus 25.5 basically matches minus 25.6 here, pretty much, okay? All right, so that's a very kind of, I would say, like a crash, like video on how to use TensorFlow 2.0, how to use Keras, how to leverage or to use regression, and how to fit the model, build the model. And please note that if you guys please check out the my course on Udemy, I have a lot of content for you guys. We're gonna build a lot more complicated, case studies. We're gonna be dealing with real world data. So I highly recommend that you guys check it out. And that's all what I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you in future videos.